3, page 36. Question number 11. Silence, everyone. It's a very simple question. Direct formula is to be applied, which we have already studied. Find A union B union C using the following information about three events A, B and C in a sample space. PA is given, PB is given, PA, C is given, PA intersection B is given, A intersection C is given, B intersection C is given. Also PA intersection B intersection C is given. What is the formula of A union B union C? With this information, the long formula will be studied. A union B union C. Read all the notes 20 times. Why are you talking when I am discussing the question in the beginning? Yes, that lengthy formula we have to apply. All the information is already given. So directly formula is to be applied. Write down PA union B union C is equal to PA plus PB plus PC minus PA intersection B minus PB intersection C minus PA intersection C plus PA intersection B intersection C.
0.65.
Are you okay with this? Now PA 0.65,
0.45.
PB 0.45,
0.25.
PC 0.25,
0.15.
A intersection B 0.15,
0.25. A intersection B is 0.25.
A intersection B 0.25, B intersection C
0.2.
0.2, A intersection C
0.15.
0.15,
0.0.
and A intersection B intersection C 0.05. Why should I not solve it? Yes, did you all understand this? Further, yes, directly do it in calculator and tell me the answer. 0.3. Did you understand this portion, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Now, 12th question, mark it important, be attentive. And you have to repeat it in the homework. See here, three events A, B and C in a sample space are unlined, mutually exclusive and exhaustive. We have done this earlier also. So if they are mutually exclusive and exhaustive, Disha, what does it indicate? If they are mutually exclusive and exhaustive. Divyaji, yes? Divyaji?
Sir, E is equal to 1.
And what is equal to 1?
PA, A union B, PA plus PB plus PC is equal to.
All the notes 20 times. Mutually exclusive and exhaustive means PA union case 3. Underline and mark it as case 3. Last period itself we did that 9 and 10. So case 3 means PA plus PB plus PC equals to 1. And I told you this case 3 we generally use to find the missing probabilities. Further it is given, if PC naught, PC complement is 0.8, and PC naught is 0.8, and 3 PB is equal to 2 PA complement, 2 PA naught. Then find PA and PB. Now raise your hand, how will you do this? One thing is clear, we will use the concept of PA plus PB plus PC equals to 1. So in that, how will you solve it to get the value of PA and PB? PC is already given, PC naught is given, so you can find PC from that. Therefore, you are asked to find PA and PB. How would you do that? I told you in the PA plus PB plus PC formula yesterday also, either you express all the three in terms of PA, or you express all the three in terms of PB, or you express all the three in terms of PC. Here PC naught is 0.8, so what will be PC? 0.2, that we already know, means only PA and PB remains in the formula PA plus PB plus PC. So PA and PB remains, either both you express in terms of PA or both you express in terms of PB. Then simplifying we can find the answer. So first, PC is equal to 1 minus PC naught, that is 1 minus 0.8, that is 0.2. Are you all clear with this? Further, 3 PB is equal to 2 PA naught. Now in PA naught, I'll substitute 1 minus PA. PA naught is equal to 1 minus PA. Any doubt in this? If you open the brackets, 3 PB is equal to 2 minus 2 PA. If you bring 3 on the right side, it will get divided. So 2 minus 2 PA divided by 3. Now when we apply the formula PA plus PB plus PC, PC we already know. In PB we will put this. PA will remain PA. So all the equation, the complete missing things will become in terms of PA. Did you understand this? So write on for mutually exclusive and exhaustive events PA union B union C, that is PA plus PB plus PC is equal to 1. Now PA we will keep PA. Suppose you mark this as 1. What will we put in PB now? 2 minus 2 PA upon 3. Plus PC 0.2, you already obtained here, is equal to 1 in bracket from 1. Understood that everyone? Any doubts up till here? There, what next? Ishan, what next?
LCM.
How will you do that? Tell me. 0.2 into 3, 0.6. What else? 3 PA, correct. We'll do the LCM. Denominator is 3. 3 into PA, 3 PA. Then what about the middle one? It will remain the same. 2 minus 2 PA plus 3 into 0.2 will become 0.6 is equal to 1. Now, what is 3 PA minus 2 PA? PA. 3 PA minus 2 PA is PA. What is 2 plus 0.6? 2.6 upon 3 equals to 1. Any confusion up till here? Then make a what next? Why you don't know? It's a simple mathematics. What next? If you don't know, I'll make it at 2 steps 100 times. So the next time you know.
I do not understand the graph.
Just 1 minute. You write the 2 steps 100 times, what we are discussing now. Okay? Kushi, first tell me the next step.
We will multiply 3 with 1.
3 on the opposite side, 3 into 1, 3. Yes, dear and Kushi. 3 PA minus 2 PA is 1 PA. And 2 plus 0.6 is 2.6. Is this same? Is everyone clear with this? 3 on the other side will get multiplied. So PA plus 2.6 is equal to 1 into 3, that is 3. Megha, you write this? 100 times. These 2 steps. So simple step you don't know. Now after this, Arya, next step. First PA, fine. Without finding that you do. So now 2.6 on the right side will get subtracted. So PA is equal to 0.4. Now we will substitute that in the first equation and find the value of PP. So substituting PA equals to 0.4 in 1, we get PB equals to 2 minus 2 PA upon 3. So 2 minus 2 into 0.4 upon 3. 2 minus 0.8 upon 3. That is also 0.4. 2 minus 0.8, 1.2 divided by 3, that is also 0.4. So it's a complicated question, you'll repeat it in the homework. Are you all clear with this? Now look at illustration. One illustration, I did not give you homework illustration. 24. Do that in the class and that also you will repeat in homework. All of you look at illustration 24. On page number 33. Be attentive. First write down the given information. PA naught, PA complement is 0.3. PB is 0.6. PA union B is 0.83. Two things are asked. P of A intersection B naught and P of A naught intersection B. Close your textbooks. Close the textbooks, everyone. Close the textbook. Not notebook, only textbook. Now, Dhruv, what is the formula of A intersection B naught? Then what is the formula of P A union B? What you said is the formula of P A union B. I am asking you P A intersection B naught. No, it's not A intersection B whole naught. It is only A intersection B naught. All the notes and formulas 20 times. Yuvraj?
PA minus B.
Correct, sir. I discussed this earlier also. A intersection B naught, A minus B, only event A occurs, but B does not occur. All are one and the same, and their formulas are A minus A intersection B. Same way, A naught intersection B, we had written in the notebook as B intersection A naught. That is B minus A. B occurs but A does not occur, only B occurs, and its formula is B minus A intersection B. In short, to find these two, we need PA, PB and PA intersection B. What is available is only PB. Okay, so first of all, Palak, how will we find PA? PA. 1 minus PA. PA is 1 minus PA. PA is 1 minus PA. Exactly. Pasta?
1 minus PA naught.
PA will be 1 minus PA naught. PA is 1 minus PA. PA is very simple to obtain, that is 1 minus PA naught. Is everyone clear with that? And Lavina, how will we find PA intersection B? That is also not given. Silence everyone. How will we find PA intersection B? That is the second thing required to find these two. Veena, means we'll apply the formula of A union B's formula. PA plus PB minus PA intersection B. PA will be getting from this, PB is given. So applying the formula of PA union B, we can find B A intersection B. Once we get that, we can apply these two formulas. So write down. Very first we need PA. PA will be 1 minus PA naught. 1 minus 0.3, 0.7. Got it everyone? Now applying the formula of A union B, we will find A intersection B. So PA union B is equal to PA plus PB minus PA intersection B. Now in A union B, we will put which value? 0.83. PA we obtained as 0.7. PB is given as 0.6. Minus PA intersection B we can find out from this. Yashvi, what next step? Divide by 0.8. Nishi?
0.7 plus 0.6 minus 0.8.
Like Mega, 2 steps, 100 times. Minus A intersection B on the left side will become plus, and 0.83 on the right side will become minus. You divide by it is multiplied, here there is no multiplication. PA intersection B is equal to 0.7 plus 0.6 minus 0.83. What does that come to? 0.47. Now can we apply these two formulas or not? So PA intersection B naught is equal to PA minus PA intersection B. PA is obtained as 0.7 minus A intersection B is obtained as 0.47, so 0.23. And also we are asked PA not intersection B, that is PB minus PA intersection B, that is PB is 0.6 minus A intersection B 0.47, so 0.13. So both these questions you all have to repeat in homework illustration 12 as well as illustration 24. All okay with this? So exercise 1.3 is over. Now take out the summary. have done two rules. First one was simple or marginal probability. Second was rule of or law of addition, law of condition. You all understand it first, then you'll note it down. Otherwise, you'll not be able to follow if you're writing simultaneously. So put your pens down. Condition is denoted by the symbol slash. And there are two conditional probabilities. One is A slash B. The other is B slash A. A slash B means probability of event A given that event B occurs. Here given that is a condition which is denoted by the sign slash. So probability of event A, PA, given that slash event B occurs, B. Same way, probability of event B given that silence slash event A occurs. So here we will find probability of event B. So PB given that slash event A occurs is the condition. Okay. So condition is denoted in this manner. Now, which are the words which will indicate the condition? One is this given that, the other is known that, if, is and if they are different. Like in law of addition, it was either or, at least, will be, is, is. That is law of addition. And if itself indicates condition. If rain happens, how will you go to the Navratri? There is a condition. So, if word itself indicates condition. Okay? If, then, though, 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 although, even, means silence. You can read this as you can read the same language as probability of event A known that event B occurs. Probability of event A if event B occurs. Probability of event A though event B occurs. Probability of event A although event B occurs, and even though B occurs. Any of the words. Now what is this condition? One thing is already known in advance. That is a condition. Means suppose during your exam time, if anyone falls sick, it is known in advance that you are sick. Now, given the probability that you are sick, find the probability, given the condition that you are sick, find the probability that you will still top in the exams or you will still pass in the exams. So, this is what is the conditional probability. One event is already known which has already occurred, that is a condition. And given the condition of that event, we will find the probability of another event. Is everyone clear with this? Okay, now if I change the language, if I start with the words given that event B occurs, find the probability of event A. How would you denote it? Given that B occurs, find the probability of event A. It will be denoted same only. Given that B occurs, find the probability of event A. Language is reversed, but the meaning is same. Means you remember that whatever is the condition, that will come in denominator. Given that B occurs means B is the condition, that will come in the denominator. And whichever probability we have to find will come in the numerator. Find the probability of event A. So A will come in the numerator. Condition will come in the denominator. Probability what we have to find will come in the numerator. So if they start with the language, if event A occurs, that is the condition. If A occurs means it is the condition, that will come in the denominator. And then they say find the probability of event B. So we have to find P, B. Okay, numerator will always be the probability which we have to find. Denominator will always be the condition. And these words will separate the probability and condition. Any doubts with this? Now how to find that probability? One is A slash B. The other is B slash A. So if this is your Venn diagram, sample space A, B. What is the condition here? In A slash B, what is the condition? Means we already know that B has occurred. Now within that, what are the chances of getting A intersection B? Within B, which has already occurred, what are the chances of getting A? So what is the probability? A intersection B upon B. Means what is the formula of A slash B? P of A intersection B upon P of B. Same way, B slash A. Event A, event B, sample space. What has already occurred? Condition A. Now A has already occurred. Within that, what are the chances that B occurs? A intersection B. Means what is the formula of B slash A? P of A intersection B upon B of A. Did you understand this formula? Now shortcut to remember this formula. Repeat, numerator is always A intersection B. Means whether you have to find A slash B or you have to find B slash A. Numerator is always A intersection B. Once again repeat. Numerator is always A intersection B. Then repeat, denominator is denominator. What is the denominator in this formula? B. That is the denominator. What is the denominator in this denotion? A. That is the denominator. So if you are finding A slash B, then B is the denominator. If you are finding B slash A, then A is the denominator. So numerator is always numerator is not denominator. Numerator is always A intersection B, and denominator is denominator. If you have to find A slash B, then B is in the denominator. So here also in the denominator you have B. If you have to find B slash A, then A is in the denominator. Here also you have A. Is everyone of you clear with this? Anyone having any doubts on it?
No.
Clear on this?